All right.
Playing a young Helen Mirren, does this at minimum make you Lady Jessica, or should we call you Dame Jessica as well?
Oh no. I have so far to go to even get near to the woman, to the Dame Helen Mirren is. She is the woman that I hope to be someday, you know, with her intelligence and class and humor and everything. She's the full package. But yeah, I'm not even close.
Would she have been one of the actresses that you kind of grew up watching?
Oh yeah. And especially, like, I remember being in school. I don't know how I got this, but I saw a videotape, you know, and in the library there was a VHS, so I could watch it. At Juilliard, there was a tape of her doing Miss Julie. I remember that. That was the first thing I was like, ooh. She really, gosh, she's just such a brave, intelligent actress. I'm inspired by her all the time. Every time I see her in a film, I'm so wowed.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it was a pretty intense shoot. I mean, it's a dark kind of story and a kind of physically grueling role for you as well. I mean, did you have a lot of training beforehand? I mean, how did you prep for it?
Yeah, before the film, I had 4 months of training. It was like going back to school. It was really intense. Like 3 times a week, I was taking Krav Maga lessons, which is the way of fighting, and I had never thrown a punch before in my life. So it was very important that I learned that. I took a Berlitz beginner's German course because I wanted to learn, yeah, das ist gut. I wanted to learn like the grammar of German. I had and a coach addition to that. And then I did a lot of research about the specifics of the medical experiments in the Holocaust, and I read first-hand accounts, and I read a lot about the Mossad. So it was like being in school, and then I filmed the movie.
I mean, the scenes that you have with Jasper Christensen, they're chilling. I mean, to watch. And I'm just wondering, when you're filming them, is it kind of a hard role to leave behind at the end of the day? I mean, could you shake it off that easy?
No, Rachel kind of you know. It's a very strange thing because actually doing the research before filming was more emotionally draining, because all day long just reading this like stuff, they're like, oh. But then I walked into filming kind of carrying that on my shoulders, like the weight of what that knowledge was. And then I'd film all day, and then I'd go home at night, and I just would like want to sleep. And it was such an intense shoot. Thank goodness I was acting with Sam Worthington and Martin Chokas, who were really funny.
Okay.
And yes, we would all share a car home, and they would like make light of the day, and it was really fun. And also, Jesper Christensen is a very gentle, kind man, and actually, you know, I was hoping he would be a jerk because it would have made my job easier, but he's such a good actor that he was able to just disappear into the role.
This is such a big year for you. I mean, after the death, I mean, you've already seen Tree of Life, you have The Help, you have Coriolanus, you have Take Shelter. I mean, does it get a bit overwhelming? A little bit.
Yeah, every day it's like, it's a bit of, here's my plan. I can't look at like a month in advance, you know, with press or travel or like thinking about this movie coming out, because then it's like, oh, how am I going to do this? It's so much, especially for someone that I'm not used to it. It's coming out of nowhere for me. So what I do is I look at like 3 days in advance.
Okay.
What am I doing for the next 3 days? And then it keeps getting pushed, and that's how I'm getting through the time. And then that way I can be calm and not get too scared.
Very quickly, last question.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what you make of the reaction to Tree of Life. I mean, it's been everyone's talking about it for whatever reason. Everyone who sees it ends up kind of debating it and everything. What do you make of the reaction to it?
I love it. My favorite films are the ones that create discussion, are the ones that you go see and then you go out to dinner with your friends and someone's like, oh, I didn't get it, or I didn't like it, and someone's like, I love it, it's the best movie I've ever seen. So those are my favorite films to see. And to actually be in a film that creates that discussion, that I think the way we talk about this film now is going to be different than we talk about it in 10 years, is going to be different from 30 years. It's a film that will constantly grow, and the discussions will change, and we'll learn more and more about it with each passing day. That to me is, to be in a film like that at any point in my career I'm beyond grateful. So I'm very excited.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So nice to
Pleasure.
meet you.
I'll see you again, no doubt.
Yeah.